Hi everybody, welcome back to another edition of Drunken Food with Puddin'. And as always, I am Puddin'. And we decided to bring back our special guest from our previous video when we did our Breakfast Galore. We got Matt McCollum here. He helped us out. He actually got a hold of me and he decided that, well, he asked if I would like to do some homemade chicken and noodles. I said absolutely, but I don't know how to make homemade noodles, and just being honest, I don't. I can barely, I can't do shit, but anyhow. But we've got some chicken that we got boiled up. We got some potatoes that we got boiling up. We're going to make mashed potatoes, and I will discuss that recipe for the mashed potatoes here just directly. But I'd like to turn it over to Matt. He did some homemade noodles. He's going to discuss with you the process of those. So Matt, just kind of let everybody know how it goes making homemade noodles.
With the noodles, you use 1 egg for every cup of flour, and then a half an eggshell of water for every egg. So today we used 3 cups of flour, 3 eggs, 1.5 cups or 1.5 eggshells of water, mixed them up and rolled them out. Let them dry for a while, cut them up, and you know, very simple. I think a lot of people think it's too much work, but it's very simple, and one of my favorite things to eat. I love them. Yeah.
Absolutely. And before we kind of get to the actual process of kind of doing up more of the cooking process, I do want to give a shout out to the Malted Gentleman. He's a frequent commenter on my on our channel. He's very in tune with microbrews, fine beers, all that kind of good stuff. You should check him out if you guys are interested in some of those smaller time, small batch brewery beer things. Microbrews, there we go. I'm not big on them, but I mean the stuff he's suggested is actually pretty good. This is a Exile beer. I don't know anything about it. On the box it says that it is a blonde lager. It turned out pretty good so far. I don't know where. I think they are a local brewery, not exactly sure, but it's pretty good. And as always, though, I do want to say that we got to have a bourbon. You know, I mean, any whiskey's good, but I think you should always have a bourbon on hand. And I picked this one out today. Got it from Hy-Vee. It's just Redemption Bourbon. And I figured it's a very fitting name because 2020 sucked more than a high school girl on fucking prom night with 2 Percocets in her system and a couple of shots of vodka. So we're gonna redeem ourselves in 2021. by hopefully kicking this year's ass. I'm hoping so. But as always, without further ado, well, I don't want to. Well, you know, I knew her sister's name really well. But anyway, we're going to do a little shot of that. As always, stay hydrated. Cheers, Matt. Alright, folks, we are back. And we're getting ready just to cook the noodles in our seasoned stock. He's going to be with you. Matt's going to explain to you what's all in the stock here in just a second. I said we got the chicken boiled. He pulled it apart. I'm not going to lie, I didn't do hardly shit when it came to the chicken. He pulled it all apart, shredded it, all that good stuff. So once again, I'm going to shoot it over to him. He's going to let you know what the broth and stock has in it. He's going to go over that whole spiel about the chicken and everything. So Matt, go ahead and take it away again, please.
Hey, we use the whole chicken, which is the way we do her. And we throw her in a pot, cover it with water. And you want to boil it for about 2 hours. And so we boil it for about an hour in water. And then we add one of these, 1 full container of chicken stock. Boil it for another hour. Pull it out. And you shred it just however you want to shred it. If you want it pretty meaty, you know, we shred it any way you want. It's, you know, it's your deal. Do it how you want. Then you add another thing of stock in there, and we use about half of this
LB Jameson
paste. Good stuff. I recommend you use that. That's about it. This is not real tough. It's a lot of fun to do. You can sit around, you can drink some beer, you can bullshit and do your thing, and you know, wipe your hands off and get everything undone, and just have fun doing this. This is the whole deal. If you're going to cook, have fun. you know, I mean, otherwise it ain't worth doing.
Absolutely. It's drunken food is it's supposed to be fun. I mean, being drunk is fun, cooking is fun, eating is fun, so it's all fun. I appreciate, Matt, you going through the whole process.
Crank the heat up here. We're gonna crank her up, and we're gonna
get that boiling. So here shortly. So we got the potatoes. We peeled those. They're just like golden potatoes, peeled, cubed up. They're boiled. So that here just shortly, I will go over that recipe. It's real simple, but I tell you, it's amazing. I will give you. That's all I'm gonna say. It's fucking amazing. Go over that here soon. But stick around with us, and in the meantime, we're gonna get drinking going, and we're gonna get the noodles going. So stick with us. All right, folks. Now we're on the home stretch of this ordeal. We've got the chicken with the homemade noodles. Obviously, thanks to Matt once again. They're boiling up, cooking. Now we've got about 7 pounds of golden potatoes. They were cubed up, boiled for that's probably 20 minutes, 25 minutes, give or take. Now this recipe is very simple, but it's freaking amazing. We've got one whole block of cream cheese, and then we've got probably roughly 3 sticks of butter. I'm not going to get into that. All I'm going to say, it's good fucking butter. It's Amish butter. I'll give you that. Into that, we're going to add you kind of have to eyeball it, but just pour in equal amounts of some heavy whipping cream in half and half. And then we go to the seasonings. We want to be pretty light on the salt, just because even though we did use unsalted stock broth for the chicken, we did use that LB Jameson's chicken soup base, which is pretty salty, and we did add just a pinch of salt here and there for that. But anyway, we got some seasoning salt from Lowry's. We got some just regular standard salt, garlic powder, and a ton of pepper. So what I'm going to do right now is, give me 2 seconds here. We got a spoon and the whisk. We can kind of beat the shit of these potatoes. So you want to get them to where, well, they're very easily poked through. Use a fork, whatever. Anything you can kind of easily mash up, beat up. Do that before you add anything. That's what I do. Don't necessarily have to, but I'm going to. So this is easy. Just like Matt said, his recipes are moderately easy, but you kind of got a little baseline to follow, so to speak. Alright, so these damn things are a little bit mashed, beat up, and said they're going to be a little chunky, probably. They're not going to be smooth. I don't mind smooth mashed potatoes, but I kind of like a little texture to them, so to speak.
If there's a chunk in them here and there, at least you know they're real.
That's kind of my thought process on it. So yeah, so we got this mixed up. I know you can't see it, folks, but we got it mixed up even halfway all right without putting anything into it. And so you got that. So it's mashed up, but it's got some small chunks in it. It's not a fucking puree. We're not doing that shit. So we will start with some half and half in the heavy whipping cream. Shake the shit out of it just a little bit. Pull that tab off there. Oh, before I do that, I want to let you folks know these lines of powder and everything, don't worry about that. That's for after the video. Ain't a big deal. This is a little celebratory, hey, how are you type thing. Anyhow, we're going to do, if I get the darn thing open now. Okay. So literally just a couple splashes of each. 1 splash, 2 splash, 1 splash, 2 splash, just to start. And then, but we're going to go ahead and dump all of the cream cheese and the butter into this. You want a lot, in my opinion. I mean, shit, why wouldn't you? It's mashed potatoes. So it's going to take a lot of work in. So we'll just work the shit out of it here. That's fucking, delicious, I think.
Getting there?
It's getting there, I tell you.
Getting there.
So, right now, I appreciate Matt opening this pepper for me. We're going to dump a whole bunch of pepper. I'm a big pepper fan. Damn near anything. Gravies, potatoes, all that kind of stuff. Lot of pepper. Lot. Like that much type of lot. So just a dash of that. I get the damn lid back on. Okay. Then a generous sprinkling of salt, but nothing crazy. Just about like that, a sprinkle. A decent amount of garlic powder. So then we'll whisk and mix the shit out of this. Just like so. Yeah, this is actually turned out perfect, folks. Like I said, it's got the little chunks that I mentioned. And that was real stuff.
Tell me why we are there with them noodles.
See, folks, everything's coming together. We're going to be eating here just directly, I promise you. I think these fucking potatoes are about perfect. I ain't gonna lie now. Get the consistency just. Yeah, that shit slaps real fucking good. I ain't kidding you now. Speaking of all that lingo from the last 2 videos ago, any of you assholes out there that use that lingo such as slaps and throw shade and all kinds of shit like that, I'd appreciate if you just move to California or some shit. I ain't gonna lie. That's some. Whatever happened to speaking fucking English? I'm just asking. What the fuck? Oh, my oven's going, and that brings me to my next point, by the way. The store I shop at today was Hy-Vee. I'm usually a really big fan of the King's Hawaiian rolls, but today I went with their fresh bakery rolls. These things, you can dip into your soups, whatever, and they don't seem to get soggy. They kind of soak stuff up very well. So I am going to throw these in the oven just for about 3 or 4 minutes to kind of get browned, slightly crisped up with this garlic butter mixture I made. It's even got a dash of olive oil in it as well. We're going to coat the rolls with it. That's about 3 or 4 minutes, and that'll be done. So in the meantime, while we're getting everything wrapped up and put together, Matt, do you need another shot of whiskey, my good man?
Oh, I'll take another.
Alright, so I'm going to have me a
Just
bit here.
before I slap some shade down.
Absolutely, I hear you there. Goddamn Californians anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to say real quick, hey Sleepy Joe, thank you for the gas prices and thank you for fucking up America. And you've only been in office for 6-8 weeks. Appreciate it.
Record.
Absolutely. So cheers to you. Alright folks, everything came together quite perfectly, actually. See, I'm just mumbling and rambling, get a little drunk. Anyhow, we have the garlic butter over these delicious rolls. We're going to put them in the oven just for about 3 minutes. Just get them warmed up, heated through. Maybe a little something crust on the top. Then after that, we're going to plate everything and we're going to let her eat, so to speak. Well, I'm going to eat. I don't know if anyone else is going to eat, but I'm going to. So anyhow, without further ado, let's go ahead and do that. Put this in there right now there.
Shade there?
Holy shit, goddamn, I tell you what. That fucking thing's almost as big as mine, I ain't kidding you. I mean, it's close. I might have to take measure out, but son of a bitch.
Oh, here we go.
Ah, yeah. Anyway, alright. Alright, everybody, fuck it. He's slightly bigger. Okay, I'll tell you. He's slightly. Exactly. Slightly bigger. Alright, we're going to let that cook for about 3 minutes. So then by the time we come back, we're going to do the final bite. And they'll wrap up the episode. So stay tuned once again. Alright, folks, as you can see, we have everything squared away. It came together. We got your rolls that went in for about 3 or 4 minutes at 350, give or take, just right in there. An awesome chicken noodle mixture from Matt. And I did some moderate, I'm going to say pretty damn good mashed potatoes. Over here, we got the potatoes underneath, delicious chicken noodles on the top. We got some rolls on the side, delicious butter, fucking garlicky rolls. What I'm going to do before the final bite, actually, I'm going to dip a little roll in that delicious stock there, just like so. And give her a shot, see how she is. I think she's going to turn out pretty good, but we're going to see. Oh, you fucker.
Granny'd be proud of those.
Yeah,
that's good noodles right there.
That just slaps like Ike Turner with Tina Turner back in the fucking 80s and 90s. I ain't kidding you. And he slapped that bitch a lot. So let me get the final bite of the noodle though itself, and I imagine it's going to be just as good. That's terrific. So, here we go. That's absolutely terrific. As always, we appreciate your viewership. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment. And that was a final bite for another terrific episode of Drunken Food with Puddin'. Take care now.
Hey, if there's something you want us to do, let us know.
Absolutely. And we're out.